Hello everyone, I hope everyone are doing fine. So today in our lecture, we will be seeing about classes and objects. So these are the topics which we are going to cover today. That is class and objects. Init, that is nothing but constructor. Del method, that is nothing but destructor, and built-in class attributes, garbage collection, and classic and static methods. Okay. So first let us see what is classes and objects. Till now we covered till functions, right? So we'll be using all the concepts which we learned in up to functions, and we'll be seeing classes and objects. Almost everything in Python is an object, right? We discussed this thing at the start of our course. And a class is like an object constructor or a blueprint for creating an object. Okay, so we class acts as a blueprint for creating an object. Okay, so we'll you guys will understand perfectly with when we write an example program, right? So next thing is classes provide a means of bundling data and functioning together. That is, a data will be inside a class and many functions will be there inside a class. Once we create an object for the class, and we'll get the total access to the methods, and that is nothing but the functions and total data which is present in the class for an object. Okay, so creating a new class creates a new type of object, allowing new instances of that type to be made. Okay, each class instance can have attributes attached to it for maintaining its state. Okay, each class instance can have attributes attached to it for maintaining its state, right? So next one is, what is the syntax of class and objects? So first, this is a class space class name, and this is small c, right? So there is a typing mistake here. Class space class name, and put a colon over here, and you can write the statements here. Okay, and let us see what is an object. An object is an instance of a class. Okay, so I'm telling you again what is the easiest way to understand an object. Object is a instance of a class. Once we create an object for a class, we can access every functions which is present inside a class through the object. Okay, so when an object of a class is created, the class is said to be instantiated. Okay, all the instances share the attributes and behavior of the class. Create an object named obj and print the value of x. So then there is nothing but, for example, there is a class. The class name is my class, and we have written some x equal to 15 inside that one. Okay, when we try to access the thing which is present inside the class, we need to create an object, right? Object equal to this is the syntax. Object name equal to class name and parenthesis. And after that, if you want to access the value of x which is present inside the class, what you're going to do is print, write obj. Obj is nothing but the object name dot. You need to put dot, and you can write whatever you want to print. You want to print x, right? Obj dot x, right? And next one is init method. Init is nothing but a constructor. Okay, so constructor is nothing but it is similar to constructor in C++ and Java. Okay, so constructors are used to initializing the object state. Okay, when we are trying to pass some parameters inside an object while we are creating an object, and we need a constructor in order to do that one. So that's why init method is used. Like methods, a constructor also contains a collection of statements, that is nothing but instructions. Instructions is nothing but some number of codes. Okay, and that are executed at the time of object creation. Okay, we will see this while running a program, and it runs as soon as object of a class is instantiated. Okay, so once we create an object, the things which are present inside the init is nothing but the constructor, right? All the statements will be executed once we create an object. Okay, the method is useful to do any initialization you want to do with your object. Okay, define the def space underscore init underscore. You need to write self here. Okay, self is nothing but for the object, and for the sake of object we need to write self, comma, we can write any number of arguments here. Okay, so the method is useful to do any initialization you want to do with your object, right? Next is del. Del is a destructor method, the exact opposite of what you say constructor. Okay, constructor is used to for example, if you're passing some parameters to instantiate the parameters and the object, init method is used, right? So del is a destructor method which is called as soon as all the references of object are deleted. Okay, so once we delete all the references of objects, then automatically destructor method is called. Okay, so when an object is garbage collected, so we'll be seeing what is a garbage collection in the coming slides. Okay, this is the syntax of destructor. def underscore del underscore self and body of the destructor. By using the del keyword, we deleted all the references of object. Therefore, destructor invoked automatically. Okay, so once you pass the object inside the del, the references of all the object references of the object will be deleted, right? And these are the built-in attributes. So let us see first the basic programs. Open your Visual Studio Code. After that, let us see built-in attributes. Okay. So let us open a new file. Class objects.py. Okay. So what is the syntax? Class space my class. You can write anything here. That I'm giving a class name as my class. Put a colon, and we need to write the constructor, right? So this is the template of the class. Def space underscore init underscore self. You need to write self first, okay? Comma, and here we can write arguments. Let us see those arguments afterwards. Let us take one, self dot. So self dot x equal to x. And let us write one method here. Define, that is function. Define function 1. Put a self here. Print the value of x is self dot x. Okay. So we have created a class, and I will be explaining the code very clearly. You guys need not to panic. Okay. So create an object first, obj, that is object name equal to class name. Open the parenthesis and write the arguments which we need to pass. Only x we need to pass, right? Let's pass 5 obj dot function 1. Now let me run this. There you go, we got the value of x is 5. What we pass the value here? 5, right? So what is happening here is I have created a class that is my class, and we have created the constructor defined init and self comma x. Self is nothing but the object will go inside the self. Okay, so what is happening here? obj will go into self, and this 5, the thing which we are passing, will go into x. Okay, so here we are instantiating, that is nothing but self. Oh, what is the self name here? Obj dot x equal to this x. Okay, so I hope you guys got it. That is nothing but instantiating, and we have created one more function. Define function 1, and we have written self here. Why we have written self? Because when we call, that is obj dot function 1, what is happening is obj will go inside self, and here self dot x is nothing but what will go inside self? Obj dot x. What is the value of obj dot x? 5, right? So that's why it is getting printed. And you can write any number of methods, and this is how you access the methods, the functions which are present inside the class. Let me write one more method. Function 2 self. Let us write print the square of x is power of self comma x. What? Okay. Now let us write obj dot function 2. The square of x is 25. Okay, so you can write multiple functions and you can write multiple methods. Okay, so you can also access the value of x directly. There is nothing but print obj dot x. It will give directly the value. What is the value we got here? 5, right? So have you guys understood how to write function names and how to access the functions which are present inside the classes? Okay, so and I hope you also understood how to create an objects and classes, right? So in next lecture we will be seeing the built-in attributes, the class and static method, and garbage collection. Okay, thank you everyone.